Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into a topic that is always buzzing in the gaming world: how game crackers manage to bypass DRM and encryption. If you have ever wondered about the digital cat and mouse game between game developers and those who try to unlock their creations, you're in for a treat. It's a complex, technical dance, and we're going to break it all down for you. So let's kick things off with the basics. In the vast universe of video games, developers put a lot of effort, passion, and resources into creating incredible experiences. To protect that hard work, they use something called DRM, or digital rights management. Think of DRM like a super secure lock on a treasure chest. Its main job is to make sure that only legitimate buyers, those who've actually purchased the game, can open it up and enjoy the treasure inside. When you buy a game legally, DRM usually checks for a license key or performs an online authentication. It's like presenting your ticket at the entrance. Once verified, you're in. But here's the million-dollar question. How do crackers, the digital locksmiths of the gaming world, manage to pick these seemingly impenetrable locks? That's what we're here to explore. We'll look into the methods they use to bypass DRM and encryption, check out some famous examples, and give you a peek behind the technical curtain. First up, let's get a clearer picture of what DRM actually is and how it functions. As I mentioned, DRM is a protective system built right into games to prevent unauthorized use or, in plain terms, piracy. For example, a massive title like Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto V uses Social Club DRM. This means you need to log into their official servers to verify that you actually own the game. If the DRM system can't find a valid key or confirm your login, it simply blocks your access to the game. It's designed to keep pirated copies out and protect the developer's revenue, ensuring they can keep making the games we love. But DRM isn't just one simple lock. Oh no, it's often a multi-layered security fortress, packed with anti-tamper technologies and heavy-duty encryption. This makes it increasingly difficult for anyone to crack open. Imagine a vault with several different types of locks, tripwires, and even laser grids. That's closer to what modern DRM can be like. Now enter the cracker. Their challenge is much like that of a master locksmith trying to open that complex vault without a key. How do they do it? Well, their toolkit is quite specialized. It includes things like debuggers and disassemblers. These are pieces of software that allow them to analyze exactly how a game runs in real time. They can essentially peek inside the game's code as it's executing, helping them understand how the DRM mechanisms work. Their main goal is to find the specific piece of code that checks for license validity. You can think of this as the security guard in the vault asking, "Is this key valid?" Once they identify this crucial section, crackers can then modify or even completely remove this check. By doing so, they essentially trick the game into thinking it doesn't need to verify ownership, bypassing the DRM entirely. For a real-world example, take Far Cry 5. Crackers successfully removed its license verification code, allowing the game to run without ever checking for a valid key. Pretty ingenious, right? Moving on to some big names in the DRM world, many games today use incredibly sophisticated layers of protection. Let's talk about Resident Evil Village. This game uses Capcom's own DRM, which is then combined with de novo anti-tamper technology. This means crackers have to navigate not just one, but multiple layers of security. De novo, in particular, is notorious for being deeply integrated with the game's code. It constantly monitors for any signs of tampering even while you're playing. It's like having a vigilant guardian watching every move the game makes. Similarly, Red Dead Redemption 2 featured some incredibly stringent DRM protections. It was uncracked for a significant amount of time after its release, which is a testament to the robustness of its security. The sheer complexity and strength of these systems often lead to considerable delays in cracks appearing, making DRM a truly significant hurdle for pirates. But wait, there's another major player in this security game: encryption. This is one of the biggest challenges crackers face. Modern DRM systems encrypt critical game code and data. What does that mean? It scrambles the data so much that it becomes completely unreadable without the correct decryption key. To a cracker, this encrypted data just looks like gibberish, preventing them from understanding or easily modifying the game's code. To give you a simple analogy, imagine the Caesar cipher, a very basic encryption technique where each letter is shifted a certain number of positions in the alphabet. If you don't know the shift number, it's just nonsense. In real games, encryption algorithms are far more complex. They often involve dynamic keys that change constantly and employ advanced cryptographic methods that would make your head spin. So how do crackers even begin to analyze this encrypted data? They use highly specialized tools like IDAPRO and OnlyDAG. These tools help them reverse engineer executable files and pinpoint where the encrypted sections are. They focus on areas responsible for license verification or security checks, because these are often where encrypted keys or crucial data are stored. Once they identify where the encryption is happening, crackers try to understand the algorithm being used. Sometimes games might use custom encryption methods, while other times they adapt well-known algorithms for their specific needs. The key insight here is that if crackers can find any vulnerabilities or errors in how encryption keys are stored or applied, they can exploit these weaknesses. Their goal is often to retrieve the decryption key directly from memory while the game is running. It's like catching the secret message as it's being whispered before it can be re-encrypted. Developers don't just sit idly by though. To protect those precious encryption keys and game code, they employ a range of anti-debugging and obfuscation techniques. Anti-debugging basically means the game actively tries to detect and block anyone trying to debug it. It's like a security system that knows when someone is trying to bypass it. Games might even encrypt their own encryption keys, or use dynamic encryption where the keys actually change every single time the game runs, adding yet another mind-boggling layer of complexity. Code obfuscation is another smart strategy. Here the program's logic is deliberately made confusing and difficult to follow. Imagine a maze where the walls keep shifting, and the path is intentionally unclear. This makes reverse engineering incredibly difficult and time-consuming for crackers. These protective measures force crackers to spend weeks, sometimes even months painstakingly, refining their bypass methods. It's a true test of persistence and technical skill. Even after successfully bypassing DRM and encryption, the cracker's job isn't over. They then face the critical challenge of ensuring the cracked game runs smoothly, without any crashes or annoying performance issues. For example, when cracking Assassin's Creed Origins, developers had to make sure that removing those anti-tamper checks didn't accidentally introduce new bugs or glitches into the game. Testing cracked versions is absolutely crucial because any instability can completely ruin the user experience and, let's be honest, reduce the popularity of those cracked copies. This phase often involves repeated debugging and code fixes, which can sometimes extend the cracking process for many months. It's not just about getting in. It's about making sure everything still works once you are in. This whole scenario brings us to the core of it all, the ongoing battle between developers and crackers. It's truly a continuous cat and mouse game. Developers are constantly updating their DRM and encryption methods, trying to stay one step ahead, while crackers are always innovating new ways to bypass these protections. Crackers rely heavily on reverse engineering, memory editing, and as we discussed, exploiting any weaknesses they can find in encryption or DRM implementation. However, and this is a crucial point, no system is ever completely foolproof. The very existence of vulnerabilities means that determined crackers will eventually find ways to crack even the most secure games. It's a cycle that seems destined to continue as technology evolves on both sides. While the technical aspects of game cracking are undeniably fascinating, it is really important to take a moment and consider the ethical and economic consequences of all this. Piracy has a significant impact, especially on small indie developers. These studios rely heavily on sales revenue to fund future projects and keep their dreams alive. For instance, Stardew Valley's developer faced losses due to piracy, which directly affected their ability to produce updates and new content for the game we all love. On the other side of the coin, some argue that DRM itself can sometimes inconvenience legitimate users. It can occasionally cause performance drops or restrict ownership rights, leading to debates within the gaming community. This ongoing discussion about protecting intellectual property versus providing fair user experiences is a complex one, and there are valid points on both sides. In conclusion, understanding the complex world of game cracking reveals a field that demands advanced technical skills and tools, things like debugging, reverse engineering, encryption analysis, and anti-debugging techniques. Developers and crackers are locked in an intense, ongoing battle, each side trying to outsmart the other. Encryption and DRM certainly form formidable barriers, but determined crackers will always exploit weaknesses to create working cracked versions. While this process can be seen as a technical feat, it also raises important questions about intellectual property, the sustainability of game developers, and user rights. By understanding how cracking works, gamers can hopefully better appreciate the immense challenges developers face in protecting their work, and ultimately, it highlights why supporting games legally is absolutely crucial for a thriving and innovative gaming industry. If you found this deep dive into game cracking insightful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.